Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
Mackey Motors post-game show here on Kick 106.7. Frannie, Glynn joining us here from the Kuemper Knights as they fall here on this Saturday afternoon to Sioux City North. Frannie, really good first half for you and the girls here today. Offensively, what was working? You guys, I thought, really did a nice job establishing the inside part of the game, but what did you feel was working out there on the floor?
Really just moving the ball around up top and then looking high post, looking in, kind of keeping it out of the corners because we knew going into this that they trap corners really well, so keeping it out of there.
Able to do that. Where were you finding you think your most success? Was it on the glass, getting some rebounds to score, or were they able to get you down on the block, did you feel?
Yeah, mostly getting down on the block, getting a foul. A couple jumpers ahead, I got fouled, so that was working pretty well.
Game looked physical inside. Craighead, we knew came in, was not going to back away from you trying to rebound tonight. You two kind of went at each other a few times rebounding wise. So what was it like? How physical of a game was it inside tonight?
Pretty physical out there. Really just trying to throw your elbows around, trying to get the ball.
Corey Thompson hits that jumper right there before the half. You guys your girls go in 34-26 at the halftime. What did you girls talk about at the halftime, and what did you feel like kind of went wrong maybe in the second half?
Really just like keeping our defense set and strong and just moving around on offense still, and I feel like we got pretty tired coming into the third, so that was kind of the kicker for us, but we'll work on that going into next week.
I kind of noticed that as well. I thought they came out with maybe a little more energy. They didn't play last night. You guys did. You had to drive all the way down to Lewis Central for that game last night. How much do you think that impacted having to play back-to-back like that?
I think that definitely had an impact on it. It's a long way down there and a long way back, and we fought hard last night too. So.
Where do you feel this team's at right now? Just a little over a week left of the regular season, and stuff, and then we're into the postseason. So where do you feel like this Kuemper girls team's at right now?
I feel like we have definitely come a long way since the beginning of the season. We're getting our defense and offensive really set in there and really working together.
I know Coach told me this morning on the Coaches Show that he thinks this team's turned into a defensive team, where that's your strength on this team. What do you feel about that, and what do you think is the strength of this team defensively?
I agree with that. I think we were definitely more of a defensive team than we are offensive, and I feel like we have really good communication out on the court and really noticing where the high post is and where their shooters are. Well, I tell you what, great effort out of you again today, as we always get. Appreciate you joining us here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. Frannie, Glynn joining us again here on the Mackey Motors postgame show. We're going to get head coach Tyler Tryon working his way over here into the postgame area. And Coach, kind of a tough one here today. A really good first half, and Frannie said it. I kind of mentioned it a couple of times. I thought there in the second half just looked like tired legs. I thought they came out, the more aggressive team had more energy in the second half. You could kind of tell in the score of the second half of today's game.
Yeah, they didn't play last night, and
yep.
We're not into making excuses, but the reality is we went to Council Bluffs last night, got back late, and then turned around and played again. Played a good, a pretty good 5A school.
Right.
And conditioning is kind of an issue with our girls anyway. We don't have a lot of depth, so they have a tendency to get worn down a bit, and that third quarter has kind of been an Achilles heel for us, that we come out flat in the second half. And Coach Yetmar hit the nail on the head. In the last 8 quarters, we've played really well in 4 quarters.
Right.
And it was 2 last night, 2 tonight, or today. So, we just have to get back after it and keep fighting and keep grinding.
Looked like you guys were able to establish things inside, and I thought Catherine Mayhall maybe was coming out of that shooting slump that she's been in here a little bit. Not that it's been real bad, but she looked like she was gaining some confidence in her shot in that first half.
She did, and she was the same last night too. They actually came out of halftime and tweaked their defense a little bit. They were 1-3-1 in the first half, and we were able to exploit kind of those diagonal passes to the other side and get some layups. And for better or worse, we got to the free throw line too, but so did they, and they kind of lived there. And but yeah, Kate saw some flashes of what she's capable of, and again, second half, I think she only had 2 points. And
yep.
Again, fatigue was probably an issue.
Is that the biggest thing? How do you try to work against that here late in the season? It's not like you can go out and do a bunch of runs probably at this point of the year to get that conditioning better.
Well, Coach and I are going to sit down and figure out maybe a different type of rotation here and there. But it's hard when you're watching Kate and Cora and Aquette and all of them give everything they have while they're out there, and they don't
right.
want to come out.
No.
It's, as players know, that if you want to play, keep me in, right?
Yep.
So we'll keep grinding out. We'll figure something out.
Harlan on Tuesday. Got to go down there. They've been struggling a little bit at times this year. What are you looking at when you go down there?
They'll be physical. They'll run some different stuff at us. Claire Schmitz is a pretty good post player for them, so Quetta will have her hands full. But we'll get back in the gym Monday. We'll get some shots up, and we'll go down there and do what we always do and try to compete.
Well, Coach, appreciate you joining us here on this Saturday afternoon in the postgame. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Best of luck on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
You bet. Head coach again, Tyler Tryon again with the Kuemper Knight girls. They fall here today by a final score of 63-46 to Sioux City North.